All right, so here we go. Um, Welcome back. This is part two of the Let's Create using flour, oatmeal, just ordinary stuff you have around the house. So I really enjoy doing projects like these because, the materials and supplies is often quite like really inexpensive because you already have them at home versus going out, buying a bunch of materials and supplies. Although we'll do some projects like that too, don't get me wrong, okay, where we can get a bit more advanced and sophisticated. Um, but these projects are fun because you can actually do them, for therapy, therapeutic type of expressionism, if you will. Also, you could do these with your children. Kids love these types of projects and stuff. And I remember talking about in my first one, the first part of this, about this parent who I saw maybe like a year or two later actually wearing a charm that some kids and I, I was an art instructor then for the Ray and Joan Kroc Center in Chicago, on the far south side, which happens to be one of the biggest Kroc centers actually in the nation. And I actually got a chance to see it grow and to be a part of that and help the arts department, the visual arts department, get up off the ground, right? So anyway, um, I saw the necklace, the charm piece, and I was like, "Wow, that looks familiar." And she said, "Well, yeah, I love this charm. I love the necklace. My daughter made it for me." So, one of the reasons why I brought all that stuff up is one to let you know, hey, I'm not new to this. Okay, been around for a minute, but the other thing is that once again, these types of arts and crafts, they really do make really good, memorable gifts, right? They're handmade and it takes some time and effort, right? So you have to put some love into it, indeed, and some thought. That's what makes it so special. Okay, so this, I finally got a name for this piece, and I'm going to call it Micah. Okay, and of course, there's a reason why I'm naming this piece Micah. But anyway, I believe in naming your pieces. If you can come up with a name for them, that would be great. All right. So, in order to really get busy in this part two, you have had to watch part one, and there are some things that I'm going to correct along the way that I said in part one. I don't know really why I said that. Probably because I was kind of nervous or whatever, actually, or just trying to get through the project and do it as gracefully as possible. But anyway, if you watch part one, you'll know what I'm talking about. So, uh, well, one thing for sure, don't use plastic, right? When you're doing when you're starting off with the actual project, because the flour and the oatmeal, is sticky and it's gonna definitely attach itself to the actual plastic. But preferably, use a surface that a glass or vinyl, something that the the substance or the materials that we're using, the mediums that we're using, will not adhere to the surface, right? How frustrating is that? Because it's already going to adhere to your hands as much as possible. Okay. All right. So that was one. Okay. But now you can do several pieces. You can make several charms, even earrings and beads. I mean, like I made some beads. I could definitely you could definitely shape them better or whatever. But this was just an example that you can actually make beads. You know, um, make sure you just put that hole in there. Okay, trying to get you to see that there's a hole there, so that you can stick your string or wire through. So, and then just to go through what you're seeing here, these are the ones that I've created as well, from the back, the mixture. Now I'm going to fix this. I mean, like I kind of like it in a sense. I mean, um, the white parts and all of that, but not really sure if I'm just going to keep it like this. Okay, I might mess with it a little bit more. But anyway, it was the wiring that we're going to talk about today. All right, and I actually did uh, I did a video before this one for part two, and I when I went back to watch it, I noticed that all my work was being done up here from this level, so you couldn't really see anything, right? So um, it really would have been out earlier, but who wants to send something out like that? I don't. Um, for what you wouldn't be able to see what was actually going on with the wrapping. All right, and then this is another piece that was finished. Excuse my nails. I know, but I've been working, as you can see. All right, so, and this was a fun piece to do as well. Um, yeah, we'll talk about how to like push the end part of the wire and tuck it and all of that so that it will do no harm. Okay, but we'll talk about that too. And this piece also I kind of showed how to, get shapes and stuff like that. This isn't the best triangle, but yet it is one. Okay. Right. So I put the eye of Horus or Ra, if you will, on this triangle um, piece, right? Of course, I painted the foundation black first, and then I just took a lighter color and kind of drew in the eye image. Okay, if you can see that. This doesn't make sense to you. Okay. And then here's the ladybug piece that I'm working on as well. I'm going to continue to work on the ladybug. Okay. And yeah, these pieces are kind of big because as you can see, they can fit in the center of my palm here, my hand. All right. Um, and this piece here, I'm actually gonna try and use this piece also to show you today about the wire wrapping part. Okay, how to wire wrap uh, when the bead is flat in the center like this. Because what I noticed also, you know, so that you won't get frustrated in case you use a flat bead. Um, in order to have the wire wrap nicely around the center bead like that is you it has to protrude. You see how that it protrudes there so that the wire can have something to edges to hang on to. Um, when you're doing it flat, like this one, um, it's it's kind of difficult to get that wire to go around a few times, to give it that kind of look. So what I end up doing is just like working around it. Okay, I worked around the the bead. And this one here, it's kind of the same thing. I kind of got carried away with the glue. But the one thing I love about self-expression and just art in general is to be able to embrace your mistakes and um, you know that it's sort of like what's what I'm looking for, working in your weaknesses, right? It's like how do you work something and improve yourself when you know that that's a weakness there, that you're not that good at a certain thing, and people will notice perhaps, but if you are creative, you can kind of just move on past that and, you know, bring in your strengths. So I kind of did that idea with this piece here. All right. And you can see the back as well. All right. So the rest of these, I'm working things out. This is a feather. I like working with feathers. I create a lot of feather earrings, and maybe I'll do something on that too. Because you can get real creative with feathers, real creative. Okay, so this is a piece that I'm working on as well. It's going to be a charm with a feather, and then so now that we've gone through all that. Oh, and okay, check this out. Now you see the differences, but it's the same. I use the same crimson uh, color, excuse me, but I had said using the black or dark as an underlay for the color. Okay, using the neutral colors, black and white are neutral colors, right? And what they do is they either enhance or they dull. Okay, and so with this one, I did paint the foundation for it black, and then I went over it with white. I of course, let it dry intervals, and then I went back over it with the red. All right, so you can see the difference. I didn't do that with this with the ladybug. Okay, I just put the red on top of the black, which muted it. Right, it mutes the color some more. So the white actually makes it pop. The underlay of white makes your work pop, and the underlay of black or dark color kind of mutants the color. Okay, it kind of takes it down. All right, I just wanted to put that out there as well. Now, when it comes down to wire, I think it's the lower the number of the wire, the thicker the wire, right? So this is like an 18-inch um, gauge or gauge, however they call it. I think it's gauge. And then this one is a bit higher. You can hardly see this one. Okay, this one I think it's like a 26. So I've run out of my thicker wire. This is as much as I have left. Not sure how and what I'm going to use this on. I actually also use jewelry tools for a lot of things. So you may want to invest in some jewelry tools. Actually, they come in a pack. I think some have 5, some may have 9. You can go on Amazon or Hobby Lobbies or Michael's or something like that. And they used to be about $10, right? So you're paying about 11, $12 altogether for about 5 different tools to come into a tool pack. And so these are the ones that I use for just about everything. I use these particular ones for about everything I do. And uh, this is good for pulling wire through and tightening certain things. And it's just good to have. You'll find as you work with me through a lot of things, you'll find that out. This is good for cutting wire. It's a wire cutter. Okay, this is really good for that. And this is also good for, this is a flatbed, so it's good for straightening your wire out. So say for instance, when you use a thicker wire like this, and you bend it and say you bend it again, and then there's these bends because you've been turning and twisting it. Well, then you could take these flatbeds and just straighten it out. I love these. Okay, you could just straighten it out. Okay, it allows you to bring it back into a straight formation, you know, which is cool, right? So just wanted to share that also with you. Okay, so if you've done everything from that first part, here we go. Now, I take about 2 feet of wire, about 24 inches of wire. And let's start with, the bead that protrudes, right? It's sticking out. Let's start with that, which is really cool because it gives your wire something to help keep it in place. See, so, and you have to play with this as well. And what's so nice about uh, doing a project like this and with wire wrapping, especially free flowing wire wrapping, which is what this is, um, you just kind of go as you are, as you probably are wanting and as you can, as the wire will allow you to do. So you see how I'm taking this around and around. And once again, this is not thick wire, so you really may have to play around with the thinner wire, right? Just to get it constant. And okay, pick that up. Well, I was trying to pick that up. Now uh, here's where's that? These nose wires can come in handy because you can actually pick this up, right? And and like I said, you have to just play around with it and find what works, right? And so if I want to continue this, I just wrap that around a few times, okay, until I can get it to do to stay in there. That happens too, but that's okay because you're just gonna keep going around and around. See, around and around. Make sure you pay attention to how much wire you have left. Okay, tuck that in there. And then you can just hold it in place right there. Like I'm running out of wire already. So maybe I needed a little bit more wire. But just as an example, and I didn't paint this piece either because and you see how I just took that and kind of like sewn it underneath, right? And bring it up, kind of tighten it, then see where else I can go. Maybe bring it across in the back, okay? And then push it underneath the piece of wire. And that's okay. If it moves around, it'll find its way. You'll find a way to keep it. Okay, so you see what's happening here. All right. And so then I'll just keep doing that. Okay, I will keep doing that until I'm happy. All right. And so say I put that underneath and came around. So now I'm going to put this again under here. See, just make it go underneath it. All right. And this can get sticky. I mean, it can hurt too. So be careful. All right. And you can do this with string, you know, and see, now I'm going to bring that back around. I'm going to go turn it around. And it's because my wire is getting short here. All right. And so then I can pull it, and then you just kind of do the same thing over and over again. All right, like so. And it starts to make these like crazy lines of wire formations, which is pretty cool. So, and once again, go over. So you see how that's coming through? I mean, let's see here. Get it to make sense. See, but if it was thicker wire, Um, you wouldn't need that much to for it to kind of pop. Now, if it gets too tight and you want to make the wire go underneath, then sometimes you are able to just pull up. Now, and the thing about this is you don't want to break it because it will break. It will snap if you put too much friction on pulls. All right, so there you go. And pull that through. And let's see, I can make that. Yeah, see? And so now, even if I wanted, let's see here, maybe I could do it this way too. And so we're gonna pull that through there. Pull it. See how you pull? Okay. And like I said, this is freeform type of wire wrapping. But if you get a design in your mind, how you want your wire to go around your piece, that's fine too. You know, but I find it more enjoyable to not place any real demands on the outcome, but just kind of go with it. And there you go. So now the thing about this is actually creating, a hoop to create your necklace. But I'm not going to worry about that right now. I'm just going to concentrate on fixing this to stay. Okay. So now I can do this a few times because I'm pretty much done, I believe, with this for now. And let's see here. It should actually stay. But once again, I use my nose clips to get that in there. And you can use them to help move it through. Okay. I don't really like working with the thin wire so much. And so you can take the wire cutters and kind of cut that off there. And then tuck it. Okay. You can tuck it so that, and remember this wire, it will poke you. Okay. All right. So that's what this piece looks like so far. Right. And then the back of it. All right. Now, if I wanted to keep this, I can bring in the sticker wire and let's see if it'll let me do it. Yep. Poke that. See that? I poked through there and bring it up like so. And this is malleable, if you will. And just create a hook. Which, if you've ever gone to jewelry class, you would know how to make this hook, right? Okay, so you see that? So now I've made my hook. So now I can cut that piece off there and really make sure that it's gonna stay. You see? Okay, so now you should have an actual hook there. And this right here, you can actually, I don't know what's the word with the actually now? I don't know what's up with that. But now you can run, a rope or chain through your piece, and you'll have your necklace. You'll have your charm. All right, you can have your charm like that. And that I mean, like that's the same idea with mica here. Okay, now there's something about when you create your necklace, sometimes it wants to do stuff like that, like go this way and go that way, every way but the front way, right? So with that in mind, this is something I do real quick. You can buy hoops too. You don't have to make them, but I will make 2 hoops. Okay, I will make 2 hoops like so, like the same way I did the first one. I might have done that too small. Okay, there's one, and then here's another. Okay, because I'm sticking it through the hole there. Sticking through the hole there. And curving it. All right, clipping. And now I have 2 hoops. Okay, now then, so now I don't know if you can see that. There are 2 hoops here now. Okay, and then I can take my wire and yeah, there you go. And now maybe even create a bigger hoop, so that you can run your wire through. Hold on, you'll be able to see in a sec what I'm doing. Okay, so then it'll look something like that. And this way, it'll stay forward when you do it that way. Okay, when you have the 2 more hoops up there. All right, so I hope that makes sense to you and you can see that. So I'm going to leave that like that, and I'm going to cut right there. And, oh, I got paint everywhere. So I'm going to just round it up like so. Okay, and sometimes, like this wire here, I've used it a few times, so it gets weak, but definitely, think about investing in stronger wire, but wire that you can really control. Which you won't find that probably out until you've used a few of them, Okay, because this is not my best hoop right here at all. But anyway, you get the gist of it. Okay, so now you have a hoop where you can actually put your chain or rope in. Okay, sometimes too, I probably didn't cut off enough. Let's see here, because I really wanted to get a shape I like. Okay, well, so anyway, you get the gist of it there. Okay, so now you have a hoop there where you can put your rope through, and um, the necklace will not, or the charm will not be going this way, back and forth like that, but it'll stay centered. All right. So now let's see. Um, the next, what did I do with that? Oh dear. I thought I had everything together. Isn't that the way? All right. So here's some more wire. And this time I'm going to probably double even the amount of 24. So 48 inches. Okay. Clip that off there. And so, okay. So remember that, where is, okay, there it is. This one is how you do it, how you can do it when you don't have a hole, you know, um, to run it through. Okay. And then, so this is what I'm talking about, a hole to run it through. See, this one has a hole. It has a hole in there. So I'm just going to run the wire through there. See, I run the wire through. Hopefully you can see that. And I'm leaving about, say, almost 2 inches to 1.5 inches out from the hole in the back. And then I'm going to just take my wire and wrap around that standing up part. Okay, and keep your finger there, because if not, it'll be moving all around the place. And kind of wrap it a few times. Okay, and this wire is so weak, but anyway, it's cool to just give you an example. It's really the same thing I've done here, which is just wrapping it around, right? And so now, remember, this is free form, so I'm going to hold the back, hold that wire, and bring it around, up and around, probably across like this. Make sure you tighten up a little bit there. And you may at this point want to simply, that's the other thing about when it's really long, take it through like I showed you in the other one, and bring it on. You may have to, keep it from knotting up at the time, and go across again. At least that's what I'm doing. And then I'll run it again to the back and up, around, right? Then take it back across. Uh-oh. What's that? I'm sorry. Okay. Yeah, I tell my pieces I'm sorry too. I tell if I bump into walls, or drops anything, I do apologize to it. It's a reason behind that. It's a spiritual thing. Okay, so then we're gonna take, well, I'm gonna go back through there again like so and pull. So it's sort of like sewing in a sense, I guess. Okay. And if I want that wire to come up, so I could take it around. And like I said, it's like you're just trying to feel your way, you know, um, feel your way through and see what you come up with. Okay. It's fun stuff. All right. Put you on some smooth jazz if you're doing this by yourself. You know, if you celebrate Christmas and you want to do some heartfelt, you know, you want to do some heartfelt, handmade love kind of stuff, this is a project to definitely consider. All right. And like I said, yeah, sometimes it will move. I mean, like sometimes it is what it is, you know, and like this one, like this time it just, but you know what? I'm going to just utilize that as part of it, part of the process here. And, okay, there you go. Stick that through there. Okay, and bring it around. Because it's just, it's just like I said, it's about having, enjoying the process and see where it takes you, right? See where it takes you. Okay, so there you go. Now we're back on track. I wish this was light enough that you could actually see. I'm sorry. It's just not like the other. All right. So, yeah. And take that. And that's kind of how you get, you get that wire to just kind of go around the whole piece. Okay. Take it through there. And, take it over. I'll take it over. Pull a little bit. And sometimes you may want to even turn it on the back and do the same. Okay. See what happens. Pull that tight. Excuse me. Put it a little tight. Okay. And let's see. That keeps getting in the way. All right. So you see how I'm just sewing in the piece right now with the wire. Then I can pull that up. All right. So there you have it. Okay. So you can hardly see that, but it's just definitely the same kind of process with this one, but I just had more string to work with. Okay. And then wrap, 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 wrap. Let me see how much I got there. Wrap, 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 wrap again. And then we can probably take a little bit of this off and bend it like so. Okay. Um, All right. So some of it is laying on top of the part you've already rounded with the wrap. Okay. And now you're going to do some more wrapping. And you can now twist that a little bit so it face the front. All right. And now you also have your hook, to hang your necklace on. Now, what did I do? There you go. All right. Uh-oh. See, that happens. It will happen. Because maybe I cut it too much, and roll. Oh, goodness. Okay. So, excuse me. There you go. And as you do it, you're going to find ways, that perhaps it works much better for you. But the idea is just to get started, right? Just to get started. And I'm only doing this right here to want to reinforce what's there already, like that hole, the hole that's there. Okay. All right. And that's why I love these tools. All right. So pull on that, turn it around. All right. And there you have it. Okay. All right. All right. So now we can cut this off. And like I said, you want to figure out a way to tuck it so it will not do any harm. Let's see. These claws here are very helpful because it helps to get that. Helps to what? It helps to keep the wire tucked, So once you get it tucked, that's cool. So now you can do the same thing. Okay. See that? Yeah. There's that hole in there. Okay. There's that hole. And so just like with, where is it? Yeah. Like, was it this one? No. Oh, this one. No. All right. Yeah. So just like with mica here, you can put the two hoops in there, and then a third one on top that will go. You will run your string or what have you through. Okay, your string or chain, and that's it. Like I said, you can really have fun with these. You can create as many as you want, and give some people some memorable gifts. Right? They are so much fun. And remember too, it takes a while for these pieces to sometimes dry. The thicker they are, it takes a while. So, hey, we're talking about sometimes 3 to 4 days. This one still isn't totally dry inside, but I'm going to go ahead on and work with it anyway and create some other stuff. And like I said, you can actually just use, paint something on it. You can actually take the surface and just paint something on there. I think I'm going to put the tree of life on this one. Okay. All right. And lastly, I think I'm going to introduce you guys on how to um, create high relief using flour and oatmeal. You don't necessarily have to use them together, but just for texture, I use the oatmeal. But you can actually use just flour, and you can create, um, some nice sculpture with just by using flour. Okay, so this I probably introduced this project next. Okay, and this is a high relief project, just using flour and oatmeal and glue as we did with using creating our charm set. So I hope you enjoyed that. And I really did. Like I said, it's just fun stuff. And if you get into it, you may find that you really do enjoy it and take it to another level. You never know what level you can take it to, right? Right. All right. So sending you peace, love, light to you, your family, and your friends. And this is Creative Soul Vibes, Simply Artie. And I'll check you later. Have a good day.